And welcome to Touchline, coming to you from the Winstars Soccer Showcase here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. So many coaches all over North America have made the trip up here in very turbulent weather, but we're happy to have them here, and we welcome them. Again, good luck to all the teams, boys and girls, and welcome to Touchline. I'm your host, Anthony Toter. Joining us right now is the head coach of Holy Cross College, Omar Gallo. Omar, welcome to Toronto once again. You've made the trip up here. You come to look for Canadian talent. What are you looking for specifically this year? Is there a position? Is there a need that you want to address on your team?
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you having me on. I've come up here again because of the talent that I've seen the past couple of years. The Winstars Showcase that Bobby Grant puts on has been almost to the point where it's been producing a great stability of players. And what I'm looking for this year is I'm looking for a few positions that I've gotten from Bobby in the past, and one of those positions is definitely a center back.
What are you looking for specifically when you're trying to bring this player to your college? Is it everything on the field, but also some components off the field? Is it something that you want to address before you really get into thinking about bringing that player there?
The main thing is I need someone that is committed not only on the field but off the field. The main thing at the end of the 4 years, I want my players to receive a degree. I tell these guys that when it's time to hang up the cleats, you have to have a backup plan. And today's generation and the way professional soccer atmosphere goes, the percentage of making professional of it is quite slim to none. So I need guys that not only are technically and tactically gifted on the field, but off the field as well. They have to have the smarts.
Let's talk about on the field. Obviously, the NCAA is a physical brand of game. It's gotten better. There's more possession. There's more of the South American, European flavor instilled in a lot of colleges and universities. What do you want to have as the identity of Holy Cross? Is there a specific way you want to play?
Yes, over the last couple of years since I took over in the position, our goal was to develop a style to play and answer the question, why do kids want to come to Holy Cross? What we focus on is the speed of play, getting behind the ball, and more importantly, our transitioning from defending to attacking.
How important is it, Omar, the last question before you let you go, that these kids understand that the last year of high school, they get those marks in order? Because you could be that greatest player on the field, but when it comes to the marks, being accepted into your school or any school for that matter, the doors will be shut.
I think the more important thing is here, Anthony, is not so much the last year, but I think as a head coach, what we look for is what the child does in the classroom shows his commitment level out of the classroom. So not only his last year, but I tend to go back and look at his last couple years of school, and see how much work he's put in the previous years, which will tell me, hey, if I commit to this guy for 4 years, I know I'm going to get 4 years of commitment from him.
Omar Gallo, head coach of Holy Cross College, good luck to you in your recruitment here. Happy holidays. And again, we are proud to have Canadian coaches down there as well, because that is a key. Good luck to you in the future, Omar.
Thank you, Anthony. I'm glad Canadians starting to produce some good talent.
Omar Gallo, head coach of Holy Cross College. And joining us right now is Dr. Tom Martin at James Madison University. Doctor, welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Canada. What brings you up here?
The soccer. Without question. I mean, it's a great venue for us. It's kind of a dead time in the States for recruiting. Up here, we can see a big pool of players in an indoor environment loaded with talent. It's very, very good for us.
Doctor, what are you looking for when you're coming up here? Obviously, there's something in your mind coming up here that you're looking for. Is it first and foremost an athlete, a good student, all the above? Is it something that you want to address on your team, a defender, midfielder?
Well, it's a combination of all of the above. Everybody comes up with a wish list. You may be looking for a player with pace. You may be looking for a goalkeeper specifically, big striker that can hold up play. But you also try to take an overview over about 2 years with these kids up here. You know, there could be 96s, 97s. So you're not only recruiting for the immediate future, the class of 2014, you're also trying to ID some of the younger kids.
Is it hard to identify, especially that we're indoors now, the winter season, you're playing in this indoor facility, maybe you can't really tell the truth of a player when they're actually outdoors?
Yes and no. It's always better to see them outdoors, but the size of this venue, it's the real game. You know, you can see goalkeepers react on crosses. You can see how compact teams may be playing defensively. You can see people that possess certain individual traits. You always find a player with pace, the player that can break you down one-on-one. No, because it's so big, you can see a lot of carryovers to the outdoor game. It's excellent.
Doctor, the NCAA has been the feeder system to MLS in the last, I would say, 10 years. It's done an amazing job where now players are playing for USA and are going to go on to success in Europe. How important is it now that these players that come to your university, other universities, is that they're fully focused not only on the game but also on their studies and understand how to juggle everything, because it's absolutely crazy?
It's key. It's a balancing act. You know, the quicker the kids get assimilated into a university environment to balance the combination of academics and the athletic time commitment, the better off they're going to be. The ones that can't balance that act appropriately are the ones that either get in trouble. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Time management is probably the biggest skill that they all have to master when this is the number one priority, when that is the number one priority. And the quicker they get that, the better off they're going to be. Incidentally, I personally just liked it better when the Canadian kids would go to grade 13 because it gave them an extra year of preparation academically and maturity-wise physically. And now with that being a thing of the past, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more time demanding on the kids when they come down because they're a year younger.
Absolutely. Interesting to hear that. Doctor, last thing is this. Obviously, today the player has changed. There's a lot of social media out there, and communication is key. Are you a coach that has an open-door policy with your players? Are you with that phone 24/7 in case a player needs to speak to you of an emergency or what have you? Are you there to help them, not only as a player, but as a human being?
I personally am. That's always been my philosophy. I've got a holistic approach to these kids. You know, the percentage of them that are going to go on to make a career as a professional is very, very small. Our job, the way I see it, is to help them get where they're going to be 10 or 15 years down the road. So, yeah, and ironically, just when you think you've heard of every issue out there, there's always a couple new ones that come along. And to better enable these kids to be a better member of society 10, 15 years down the road, I think you have to insist on an open-door policy because you never know what's going to happen.
Dr. Martin, it's been a pleasure. Happy holidays to you and your family. You are a legend. Many people are happy to see you up here, and hopefully you can go away with some Canadian talent back home.
Oh, that's the message. It's like family for me, and I always look forward to getting up here.
Dr. Tom Martin, James Madison University, joining us here on Touchline.